There it goes. All right. Welcome to Men of His Heart, episode 5. We have made it to halfway to 10 so far. I'm Isaac, and
I'm Josh.
And we are here for your viewing pleasure. But we're here to glorify God, and we're here to talk about biblical masculinity. So I'm just going to lead us off in a quick prayer, and then we're going to dive into this deep topic that I only have, a few notes on.
Oh, yes.
All right. Father, I just thank you for this time that Josh and I can come together and just make a podcast that's going to glorify you, Lord. And I pray that this would reach whoever needs to see it, whoever needs to hear it, Lord, that you would continue to use this podcast just for your glory. Even if one person has their life shifted and changed for the better towards you, that is worth it. And we just thank you and we praise you for the ability to do this and the ability to really just dive into your word and to learn more. Lord, I pray that you would speak through us and not us speaking. Lord, if it's just us, we are missing a massive part of this whole thing. And I pray that you and your spirit would just be so present and just speak through us. Because, you're already going to, but I'm just asking you to do it specifically because, that's how we like to do things. But Lord, I just thank you for this, and I pray that you would just bless this conversation and that you be glorified. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
All right. So, biblical masculinity. This is one of those, big dragon type of, slay the dragon topics.
Yes. It's either really popular or not popular enough.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I feel like in the... Well, I don't know which wave of feminism we're in, but I think
we're back on the upswing of a healthy level of feminism.
Oh, good.
In my opinion,
I'm all for. I mean, I love women. Women are great. We're going to talk a little bit about. We're going to talk about women today. It's going to come up.
I love it.
Yeah, don't turn away just because this is an episode on biblical masculinity, ladies. You can learn something about this. This is useful for everybody.
Exactly.
All right. So, I don't know where to start with this. I guess we should probably start with toxic masculinity. So I Googled, first thing I did was I Googled toxic masculinity. I was like, you know what? Everyone's going to think there are a lot of people that try to make the parallel between biblical masculinity and toxic masculinity. Wow. And I think that's wrong. I think that
it's completely opposite. Yeah.
It's, I don't know. It doesn't square. I mean, so I looked it up and I went to the greatest source ever, Wikipedia. And it said that toxic masculinity is defined by misogyny, homophobia, and violence. So that they shirk self-care and they don't seek help. There's more of a machine mentality, let me get as much as I can out of my body and not really worry about rest. It can lead to drinking in excess, drug use, and let's see here. Oh, and becoming a bystander when things are if somebody's being attacked on the street, the person's just going to watch and go, oh, that's funny. Or they're going to pull out even worse, they're going to pull out their phone and record it, which is just, I'm like, oh, you gotta go be Superman. Well, be safe being Superman, but
yeah, or at least instead of videotaping whatever's happening, you could be calling for authorities or trying to do the right thing instead of, I can't stand that. Everybody nowadays is watching horrible things on TV and they're living through a screen, in the moment, which is crazy,
Seriously though. I mean, are there not Good Samaritan laws where if you're trying to defend somebody, I'm pretty sure there are Good Samaritan laws. So if you step in to try to save somebody or defend somebody, you can't be held. I think saving somebody is a bit more, but if you're stepping in to defend someone, it's like that, you're good to go.
Oh yeah, I can't get that image of, because it was in Charlotte, not far from where I live, when that young girl got attacked on the train and didn't make it, and you just see the video and there's 5 or 6 people around her, nobody even said anything. It's so sad, But
then you have the opposite example though of the guy who stopped that guy from killing anybody on the train up in New York.
Yeah.
And
and then he ended up going to jail or whatever.
But I think I want to say he's out now. He ended up getting out, I think.
That's good.
So yeah, he got off because it was like people were like, everyone on the train was like, no, he was trying to kill somebody. He was threatening people. Like, yeah no, this guy's fine.
Yeah. And that's that's a whole nother topic because of people being ill and they're not being helped for them. But I agree with you. And the toxic masculinity, I like what you said about like almost like being a manly man to the detriment of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is not good, not healthy for anybody.
Yeah. So. And it leads to burnout and it leads to depression.
Yeah.
There is a depression epidemic among men. There's a reason that there are on average 22 veteran suicides a day. It is because we have this men will not seek help due to how we have been almost sidelined in our society and kind of pushed off to the side. And a part of it's, we were told, grin and bear it, which there's an aspect of, yes, as men, yes, we should be grinning and bearing things, but not everything.
No.
And it's just not good.
No, it's not a healthy way to live. And yeah, I mean, law enforcement, you're a veteran, and then law enforcement, that's how a lot of us go out, is by our own service weapons, which is a crazy thought, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but it's pretty sad. Like you see so many things that, the PTSD and the emotions of it and just being numb to it, it takes a toll on people. So yeah, I agree with Isaac. Seek help. We've said that before, but you can't say it enough, get in the word, pray, hit your knees if you have to, make sure you're asking for help, ask the man upstairs to be with you in your tough moments, So.
Yeah. And if you need to, feel free to email us. I think our email is on, I'm tempted to put my phone number down, on our YouTube channel, just so people can have a place to go if they don't feel right, or if they don't feel like they can, go another day or whatever it is. Because what we need more than anything is, we need to be aware of the fact that it's like, you need to be able to go ask for help.
Yeah. Even if it's just a prayer warrior, somebody in your corner that's willing to say, hey, like, I got your back,
Yeah.
So what have you been reading in the Bible lately? What day?
For this or in general?
Well, that's right. You probably studied for this a lot. But what sections were you finding that you were in the most?
For this, I was in a little bit in I was kind of all over the place, honestly. I was in some of the epistles. I was in Samuel. So like some of the Old Testament, Samuel, Proverbs, Joshua.
Yeah. That's what I've been reading on my daily right now. I'm halfway through Joshua, so we're working our way through the Bible this year. But
I'm going in reverse.
Yeah,
I'm in First John right now.
Nice. I love that you're going in reverse. I think that's awesome. I think that's
so weird.
It's unorthodox, which I appreciate.
It is.
I'm going historical, as I said, so it's all historically based according to a Blue Letter Bible. But all right, we'll kick us off with whatever.
All right, so
we should read first.
Dude, I don't know where to start.
I know, right?
All right, let's start with the perfect. I don't even think I have any specific passages from Jesus's life, but we're gonna go to. I know where this is because I read the Bible a lot.
Yeah.
So, just throughout the Gospels, you see Jesus being the penultimate paragon, the pillar, if you will, of biblical masculinity. When he's throwing out the money changers at the temple, when he's standing up for the women in adultery, saying, if they're not going to throw a rock, I'm not. If they're not going to throw stones at you, I'm not going to. When he's, when he's feeding the 5,000, when he's feeding the 4,000, when he's walking on the sea, when he's praying in Gethsemane, he's praying. He prayed for us as believers on the cross. Quite literally, something that actually I read recently in 1 John. 1 John 1:12, who would, I'm just going to quote the verse. I don't know if it's the right verse or not. Who would give their life for, just a friend, but, for a righteous man, maybe. And God gave his, Christ came down and died for us. And we are not worthy of that. We are, that's the thing about Christianity, y'all. We aren't worthy.
No.
We are not worthy for what God did for us. And yet he still did it.
Yeah. He gave his only begotten son, right? Yeah. It's a blessing that we weren't ready for,
Still aren't. But yeah, I would say Jesus is the penultimate example. And what that looks like, and Jesus specifically, I got a couple things on him. It looks like he is in control of it. He's in control, but he showed emotion. Like when he stopped the storm, he showed that he had control. He's like, he looks at the disciples and goes, "Why'd you wake me up from my nap? We were fine." And then goes, "Quiet down now. All right, I'm going to go back to sleep, and you guys keep going." And they're freaking out. But he showed his emotion though. Like, men, it is okay to show emotion. I watched bringing up Lord of the Rings. I watched the Lord of the Rings movies in theaters recently, all 3 of them. Man, I about cried just about every movie.
Yeah,
like
11 minutes in, we made it. But yes, we had already talked about this, but my daughter watched it for the first time, and we made it through all 3 of the extended cut, and it took us about 2 weeks to get through it because we had to keep stopping because she's 4. But at the end of the movie, when Frodo leaves to go with the elves, she is crying, and and it's just, but it's and then as soon as she got through it, she's like, "Can we watch it again?"
Bro, you were doing something right as a dad. I don't know what it is, but
so I was pretty proud of her. But yeah, no, I agree with you though that you don't be afraid to show your emotions, because in that moment I was like, "Oh, that's awesome," because she appreciates what I appreciated. So
yeah, I mean, if you want to look at an example of a solid biblically masculine man, Aragorn, hands down. Actually, I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add in another one. Sam and Aragorn are 2 of the most biblically masculine men in fiction.
And you know what the big thing that's popping in my head as you say that, they're not there for the glamour of it, the gratitude of it. They're not there for it's a lot like Joshua. He is a great warrior, but he's not trying to be known for that. He's just like, I'm leading, I'm trying to do what Moses was already doing. I'm trying to be a good follower of the Lord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. Like, even when Sam is like, "I can't carry the ring for you, Frodo, but I can carry you." You know what I mean? So but no, that's a good parallel, because I'm gonna correlate it to Joshua because I've been reading a lot of that this week. But like Joshua, I think it's Joshua 24:15, when he's like, "And if it seems evil to you to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwelt. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And I just love that, because he's standing on his principles and he's not letting anybody sway. He says, "For my house and me and my people, we're going to serve the Lord." And I just, I think a lot of times, I think fathers or even leaders of groups can take that message and say, "You know what, no matter how the company goes, or no matter how the world's going, for me and my family and my people, I serve the Lord."
And to bring up Joshua again, actually, I've written down Joshua and Caleb. So back in, I believe it's Exodus, the Minority Report. Those 2 coming back and going, "We can take this. We got this thing." And all the 10 other spies are going, "No, we don't." But Caleb, like, so part of biblical masculinity is knowing that God is in your corner, and that, yeah, if you got God, who could, like, it's that song by, like, that song by Chris Tomlin. It's like, if God is for us, who can stand against us?
Yeah,
like
100%. And I agree, and it goes into Joshua again when the walls of Jericho, and they're walking around, and he believes we're going to do this. We're going to follow what the Lord is saying, and I believe with my whole heart that He will provide what we need. You know what I mean? Yep. Victory on earth and victory after. You know?
Yeah, long-term victory in heaven.
Yeah, and that Minority Report, they stayed true to their Lord.
Yeah,
which is just, you know, and they didn't follow the group, they didn't follow their peers, which is very difficult to do, to stand on your own and say, you know, I guess they weren't on their own, they had each other, but to stand in a group of people and say, no, I believe in us, I believe in God. You know, that's a beautiful thing.
Believe that God's bigger than the boogeyman. And so back in the beginning of Joshua, though, Joshua 1:9, God looks at Joshua both in verse 6 and verse 9, saying, "Be strong and courageous. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened. Do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go."
Yeah,
biblical masculinity is all about the fact that God is with you, regardless. Everywhere you go, God's with you.
Yeah. Because I've been asked by people, like, if, you know, when you go to work, like, you're willing to, like, die for people that you don't know personally, or, you know, I know that God's with me, so if it's my time, it's my time, and that's my plan. You know what I mean? That I'm not big enough to know my plan. Only He knows my plan. So, you know,
I would like you to.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Right? So
it's true. We can do it. And actually, speaking of that, let's go to that verse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I quoted it without.
Ding, ding, ding. You're hitting on all. So
I stole your thunder.
Oh, no, you're good. Hey, you can steal my thunder any day of the week.
For those, if you're just popping into this podcast, we don't really talk about what we've done notes wise, and it's fun because it's like one big Bible study, basically. So
exactly. That's why I love, like, that's part of what I love about our podcast is, like, we do, like, we're like, okay, we're gonna, like, you and I both plan, and we come together, you know, not talking about what we planned, which I think is just, it's fun.
Yeah, I like this fun. Like, yeah, it's spontaneous. Yeah.
So let's go to Philippians 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna start. This is the ESV, by the way. What are you reading today?
I'm in the NKJV.
Okay, so we're back in the NKJV and the ESV days.
Yeah, I got my normal reference Bible.
All right. This is not a reference Bible. This is my backpack Bible, because that's what I had at school today.
That's the good one that you can bring everywhere.
This thing's amazing. Favorite Christmas gift. Thanks, Mom. So I'm going to start in verse 4 of chapter 4.
Okay.
Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your reasonableness be known to everyone. So biblical masculinity, you should be reasonable. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at length you have revived your concern for me. You were indeed concerned for me, but you had no opportunity. Not that I'm speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I know how to be brought low, and I know how to be abounding. I'm just gonna the Isaac Standard Version, apparently. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. This is all in Christ. I can do all things through Christ, through Him who strengthens me. But again, it depends on the version you read. But
yeah,
I have that memorized in a different version. I'm like, wait a second, that's not what it says.
I love that though.
So, which ties into where I'm at here. I had this written down. There it is. So you got to focus on the good. Oh, we're doing this. Okay, there we go. It zoomed in on my face. I don't know why. I did not do any L's. I don't know what's going on here. You have to focus on the good, and you have to, and like you're gonna have to endure. Like you're gonna have to endure some stuff. As a man, you're going to have to go through some tough stuff, and that it's okay.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, I was just great. I was like thinking about my life and like everything that, and the different ups and downs and how I've gotten to where I'm at. And it's like what you're saying, like you have to endure. You might not like the job you're at, or you might not enjoy the day in and day out of your life, but it's all about staying that course and being just content, knowing that God has a plan for you. You can do what you want to do because you have strength. Yeah. You have strength in yourself through Christ. So it's a beautiful thing when you just sit there and you're like, wow, I've done what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And and it's been a blessing from Christ. And what a wonderful thing. And I just hope that for everybody, anybody that's listening, you know, endure the hardships because there's light at the end of the tunnel, you know.
Light and growth.
Absolutely. Yeah, growth, which is the best thing, because I wouldn't be who I am today without those tough times, you know.
Actually, I have a quote that goes along with that. I think you'll appreciate this one.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for this amazingness?
I am.
You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Rocky. I love it. Rocky. That was a pretty good Sly impersonation. No, that is one of the greatest quotes from any movie, I think, action-wise. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that was from Creed, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Rocky
I think it's one of the newer ones.
It's the one it's the one where he's talking to his son.
Oh yeah.
He's getting his pep talk. He's like, no matter you get how hard you can get and keep moving forward.
So that's your take it home, everybody. You got to go home. You got to watch all the Rockies.
Oh yeah, start with Rocky 1, go through Rocky Balboa, and then you don't have to watch Creed. It's not.
No.
I think it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like it's like a weird continuation where he's a coach now. And but that's not what we're going to talk about.
but I have something that led me into was 2 Samuel chapter 10 verse 12. Do you have that
one? 2 Samuel verse.
I would have been.
Go for it.
Okay. So the context of it, I'm probably going to say his name wrong, but Joab. So it's his final charge, and he's talking to his troops while they are surrounded. Okay.
Ooh.
So it says, "Be of good courage, and let us be strong for our people and for our cities of our God. And may the Lord do what is good in his sight." And so, what I took from that was that we might not know the outcome of our personal wars we are fighting, but the Lord does, you know? So he's showing his troops and talking to people and saying, hey, stay with me, push through, persevere. And even while being surrounded. So,
which leads me into a verse, actually both a verse. And so sometimes, we're talking about, pain and such, but sometimes biblical masculinity requires sacrifice. So we talked about this, I believe last time, David and Jonathan. So 1 Samuel 18, as soon as he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. So Jonathan, oh, geez, come on, don't do this to me. Jonathan was fully committed to David becoming king. He was on the war path to make sure that God's will was done. And if you watch the movie David, you'll see that. Like, it actually did a really good job of portraying Jonathan going, you know what, I'm going to step aside. I know this is God's will, and just being in tune with God. And that's something that I think biblical masculinity is defined in, is you might have to do things. You're not afraid. And like the big thing is like, what is going on here? Dude, what is...
you talk with your hands. Yeah,
I do. I'm stinking. I should probably turn the camera thing off, but it's not like, men, do not be afraid of close friendships. We said this last week. Biblical masculinity is defined by close friendships, defined by mentorships. It's defined by, having people that you can call up and be like, brother, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
And them be like, all right, let's talk.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to have at least one person in your life. If you can have more than one person, great. But you got to have people in your life that you can just call up and be like, I'm not having fun. And they're like, I'm here for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, like the one, I think it was last week, I was just super busy at work, and you were like, hey, have you been in the Word? Like, what have you been reading? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Took like 3-4 days off. But if you're out there listening, like, that's okay. Yeah. You should get back into it. Don't let it be a habit, because there's a really good habit in reading it every day. But, we all go through moments where we're just swamped, and, I never stopped praying, but I wasn't able to really sit down, Yeah. But Isaac had gotten me these little Bibles that I keep in my work vest. And so I can at least read like 2 verses or, and they're like memorizing ones that you want to memorize, which is pretty cool because it'll just help you, Yeah. One of those little pocket. They're awesome. So you really have no excuse, because just go get one of these. I think
$2 on Amazon.
$2. Yeah. And it's perfect for your pocket. You probably put it in your wallet. And like, if you don't have the time to sit down with your big paper Bible, like, I'm old school. Isaac laughs at me. I can't do the apps as much as he does. I think
Scout's Honor, I've actually stopped using the apps.
Really?
Yeah. Which I've actually made it more. So I use the apps to like share verses and such.
Yeah.
But I was realizing, I was like, all of my notes for the last like 2 or 3 years have really been in apps and not so much. And I've been reading in the Bible, and I'm like, I need to have, solid. I want to have notes. I want to be able to give notebooks, and I want to be able to give a Bible that's just chalk. I started taking notes in a Bible that I'm hopefully someday going to give, a lady, and she's probably not going to be able to read any of it because it's in my chicken scratch handwriting, but she'll know I was always thinking about her, and it's good for me to go through and journal in it. So yeah, it's I started.
I couldn't agree more.
Bible.
Yeah,
get you a tactile paper Bible.
Yeah, I'm that's what before we had talked about. He's like, well, you have your phone. I was like, yeah, but I feel like it leads to distractions.
Yeah.
And when I'm reading and I'm with God, like and trying to be present with Him, I think I need the paper Bible just because it grounds me. You know what I mean? And maybe that's a biblical masculinity thing, is like, this world can be really noisy and this world can be really loud, and this phone in our hands can be distracting. And I think that to sit down and ground yourself as a man and say, hey, like, I'm humble, I'm here, teach me something. I think that's the most important thing we can do, The
man is spitting facts today, everyone.
I'm on one on this Friday.
You're on it. No, dude, you're burning like.
No, that's I do really. I believe that. I really do. I think you gotta ground yourself.
Yeah.
And I like when Joshua lost. He lost an Ai. He lost a battle. I just read about this. He lost a battle to Ai initially. And the first thing he did was got on his knees and said, Lord, like, I should probably go back and read it, but
we are gonna go back and read it, because guess what?
You took notes on it?
I did.
Okay, well, take it away then.
We're not gonna read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even gonna focus on Joshua. I'm ready. I'm focusing on somebody else.
See, Google's here and he's listening.
Google's creepy, man.
That was creepy.
That was so I heard like a whisper.
Disconnect from the phones. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You shouldn't be
Actually.
listening.
Fun fact: Google did admit to listening to everyone's phones recently.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So just be aware of that.
Oh, I'm not. I am not surprised. I'm not.
Actually,
surprised.
I've got so a biblical masculinity takes accountability. If you are a biblically masculine man, you take accountability for your actions.
Yeah.
And you own up. Yes, you own up to your mistakes. So Joshua 7. There we go. So Joshua 7, they're going through. They just lost to Ai because they had sinned.
Yep.
So that's verses 1 through 9. Then verse 10, Joshua's figuring it out, and then they comes down to Achan. He goes, it's in verse 19. Then Joshua said to Achan, "My son, give glory to the Lord God of Israel, and give praise to him, and tell me now what you have done. Do not hide it from me." So Achan has two options. I think a lot of people will spit on Achan's grave and go, "Oh, he's a terrible person." Yes, he made a mistake.
Yeah.
But he owned up to it.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a prime example both of Joshua's leadership and then of Achan's saying, "You know what? Yeah, it was my fault." So Achan responds and answers Joshua saying, "Truly, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and this is what I did. When I saw among the spoil a beautiful cloak from Shinar and 200 shekels of silver and a bar of gold weighing 50 shekels, then I coveted them." So he's like, "Oh, I really like that. I would like to have that."
Yeah.
Saying I want that and then taking it, saying, "Oh, that'd be nice to have." That's okay. Okay, yeah. But the sin happened when he took it. He could just look and go, "Man, that's a nice cloak. Man, I wish I could keep that, but I know the rules." And then I took them. And see, they're hidden in the earth inside my tent with the silver underneath.
Yep.
Biblical masculinity, biblically masculine men take accountability.
Yeah.
Even when it's hard. And he and his whole family died.
I was just about to say, I was like, the consequences were dire in that time period. I mean, he was stoned, and then I think they mentioned cremation or something for the first time, which was interesting.
Okay.
But the one verse I was thinking about, I did actually highlight it. See, this is why highlighting in a paper Bible is important. So chapter 7, verse 6, it says, "Then Joshua tore his clothes and fell to the earth on his face before the ark of the Lord until evening, he and the elders of Israel, and they put dust on their heads." So he was just grieving this loss and trying to figure out why he lost. And like a true leader, he is showing that he's responsible for it too, and he's trying to figure out why. So and then he says, "And Joshua said, Alas, Lord God, why have you brought this people over the Jordan at all, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us? Oh, that we had been content and dwelt on the other side of the Jordan." So that was like kind of the first time I saw Joshua be like, "Well, why are we here?" Yeah. Because he was so distraught from losing. So and then they found out that it was because they sinned. So
and you got to remember, this is just off the heels of Jericho. This is like one of the greatest
winning
victories in all of history. Of like, we literally marched around a city for 7 days and then it fell down and we killed everybody. That's amazing. That is cool. Like, you're like, yeah. And then they go and lose. They're like, Josh was freaking out.
Oh yeah, I thought it was awesome. That the Jericho scene was wonderful.
There's actually a video of me on Facebook teaching this to a bunch of elementary kids. Not Achan, but Joshua.
You didn't make it to the stoning of the entire family?
No, I didn't. We were just doing the Battle of Jericho, so
that's cool though. That's awesome.
It was fun.
No, but not everything is perfect in life, and you see that, so I love it.
That's true.
I love it.
So biblical masculinity, like we said earlier, is just defined by being strong and courageous, seen in Joshua 1:9, 1:6, and Deuteronomy 30:116. And like, you own to your mistakes. You got to own up, man. And you cannot be afraid of having friends that are going to call you out for your crap. if I didn't have friends that called me out for my crap, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be smoking doobie. Doing something
in
stupid.
a van down by the river. Yeah, no,
in a van.
I agree though. You gotta own up. Like the biggest thing, like I don't think I've ever lied at work. Like, and it's just so silly. It's work, you know what I mean? But like if your boss calls you and they're like, hey, like, did this happen? Like, why lie? You know, like you don't gain anything. What's the worst that happens is you have to go find a different job. You know what I mean? Like it's not the end of the world. You're still alive. You're still a child of God. Move on, you know? So
and
I'm always like, okay, yeah, I did it. How do I fix it?
Yeah, I messed up. I mean, actually, I got, like, prime example, like I was working avionics. I dropped I think a 300 or 30 to, it was like a lot of money component. I didn't like drop it. Like part of it dropped a little bit in the plane. I pulled it out and went to one of my supervisors and was like, hey man, this dropped like an inch. And like, it's like, you got to own up, dude. Like if you don't own up, it's like if something goes wrong, especially like when people's lives are at stake.
Yeah.
Like,
honesty is the best quality, you know. Own up to things with your wife, own up to things with your friends, you know. Be a man of God that is known to be true in what they're saying.
It's integrity, actually. That's another that is another aspect of being a masculine man. Biblical masculinity is showing integrity.
Yeah.
It's
integral to being a man. Yeah, integrity. What do you think about like the world today and like how men like us or like that feel this way about masculinity? How do you think we combat that on a daily basis? With how everything is kind of feminized a little bit now, you know.
I actually got a couple quotes about this from one of my favorite books, John Eldridge. He wrote Wild at Heart.
Yes.
If you haven't read it and you're a man, read it.
Yeah, that's top 5 books for all men to read.
If you have read it and it's been more than a year, read it again.
Yeah.
I think I have it on Audible and I plan to read it at least once a year.
I think when I was running a lot, I listened to it. It's like a good running one. So.
Such a good book. That dude. Yeah. He and Bob Goff have gotten me through some like crazy tough times.
Remind me later when we get sidetracked here. We got to talk about physical fitness for men. And the importance of that. But yes.
Oh, it's in here. It's in my notes. It's in my notes, lad. I even got a quote for it.
I love it. All right. Well, tell us your quotes about the world.
So there's not so much of an attack on masculinity as much as it's just completely dismissed. The experience of coming alive as a man is so rare in our culture right now. And actually, I'm just going to read the last 2 that I've got. A man needs a battle to fight. He needs a place for the warrior in him to come alive and be honored, trained, and seasoned. If we can reawaken that fierce quality in a man, hook it up to a higher purpose, release the warrior within, then the boy can grow up and become truly masculine. Truth be told, most of us are faking our way through life. We pick only those battles we are sure to win, only those adventures we are sure to handle, and only those beauties we are sure to rescue.
I love it.
What is going on here?
Yeah, I could not agree more. It's in a less classy way. David Goggins wrote something similar, and he said it's that comfortable. He's just became comfortable.
Yeah,
there's a lot of men walking around that are comfortable being comfortable, and they don't want to be in that dirt where you're having to carry the boats. You know what I mean? They don't want to be uncomfortable because they are afraid of failure. Yeah. And, changing your career in your 30s or asking that girl for the date or saying no to your child, can't play with this other kid because you don't agree with how they're acting. Yeah. Like you're afraid that your child's going to react poorly to you about that. or you're afraid that you're not going to succeed in this new career venture, or you're afraid that that girl's going to reject you. That's not a way to live your life, because you're taking the easy road, and that's never going to build a man of character.
Yeah. To quote "We Bought a Zoo," or to paraphrase, you know where I'm going with this.
I do, actually.
And this applies not just to love life; this applies to everything, specifically love life. But it takes 20 seconds of insane courage. Regardless of what comes of it, let it happen. It takes 20 seconds. You put yourself out there. If she rejects you, okay, cool. If she doesn't reject you, you see where it goes. Mm-hmm. She might reject you in the future, and that's okay. I've talked to ladies. Sometimes it goes well, great. Other times it goes really poorly. I don't know what happened, but I fancy myself as Prince Charming going, but apparently they see me as Igor, the assistant to Frankenstein. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
No, I totally get what you're saying though. We've all been there, but the problem, the non-problem is that you're trying. You gotta
put yourself out there. If you're 100%. Complaining about not finding a spouse, if you're going in a meeting like, I'm depressed because I can't find a spouse, are you putting yourself out there? You're not gonna. If you're sitting in your mom's basement playing video games, and there's no shade playing video games. Like we both game on occasion.
Oh yeah.
Josh is married and has kids, and I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing, but but it's like we have lives. We get out of the our lives aren't surround. You have to get out there.
Oh,
Josh didn't just sit around and wait for his wife to show up.
No, they don't drop from the ceiling.
No. Then they're not going to walk in and go, "Hi, I'm your future spouse.
Yeah.
I'm here to rescue. I'm here to sweep you off your feet." You're like, "Nah, hold up. Actually, I've got a quote for this." Actually, no, that one's got to wait.
Out of context.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But that kind
I do. No, never mind. I got one. Sorry. John Aldridge. I wasn't mean. I wasn't evil. I was nice. And let me tell you, a hesitant man is the least thing in the world a woman needs. She needs a lover and a warrior, not a really nice guy.
I love it. Yeah.
Get out there
and try.
Find yourself a job, make money, find a woman that likes you, likes you for you, and that you're attracted to. Yes, I'm just going to say it. Yes, you should probably be attracted to your spouse. If you're not attracted to the girl, I'm sorry, but if she's not attracted to you, I'm sorry. You might be trying to shoot too high.
Yeah, it might not be working.
You might have the best personality in the world, but it's like I firmly believe it's like if you want to get married, there's probably somebody out there that's waiting to get married, that is waiting for you to come along. And they're not just going to show up. God will not literally drop them from the ceiling.
I love it.
Or maybe once in a blue moon when, you're living below a girl and she literally just falls through the ceiling because the place is, falling apart. If you're living in a place that's falling apart, you might want to move. That's not how you meet girls. It's not how you pick up chicks.
I love it.
And don't be going yeah.
But and it never stops though too. So what he's saying, yes, but you still got to keep fighting for your relationship. You know what I mean? I've been married a long time now. 2018, we got married. Not a long time, but we're coming up. You know what I mean? We're doing pretty good.
Almost 10 years.
You just got to keep fighting, keep building on it, and keep learning about the other person and putting in the work, because that's biblical masculinity, is continuously putting in the work. And sometimes you got to turn the other cheek. Sometimes you don't want to poke the bear, because
a
man doesn't always fight every argument. You know what I mean? It's not always worth it. So, which I was just reading one of my verses I wrote down here. Nehemiah 4, and then verse 14. I know, random Nehemiah, but I think it's, again, we're talking about war and stuff. But when I was reading for this, I thought about the fights that we have and choosing to fight for the ones that we love. And so I said, so I wrote, I highlighted, and I looked and arose and said to the nobles, to the leaders, and to the rest of the people, do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, great and awesome, and fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses. So be strong and fight for if you got to fight for your country, you got to fight for whatever you believe in. So
biblical masculinity is defined by you will stand up for those that are weaker than you.
100%.
This podcast is not brought to you by Pepsi.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I needed to say.
I was tossing a joke in there because it's funny.
Yeah, I actually I prefer Coca-Cola, if I'm being honest.
You're from a good part of the country that does prefer Coca-Cola. And you're living in a part of the country that prefers Coke, or should.
Yes.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. But Pepsi was on sale, probably because I'm living in the part of the country that prefers Coca-Cola.
And they don't drink Pepsi, even though I think it's from North Carolina, which is even funnier.
Yes. Oh, it might be. I think you're right.
I think it is.
That's hilarious. Yeah, well, I do the 0 calorie and stuff because I try to be healthy and not drink the total.
Pepsi's trash. Hot take.
Yeah. Well, it's not good for you anyways, drinking any soda, to be honest with you. So
we'll get there. But so, I mean, in another example, like I got a few examples of this. You got to stand up for what is going on here?
You do this every time. All right. Cool.
Okay. I hate this so much.
Willie Nelson. All right.
So like some other examples of this can be seen in Mordecai. Throughout Esther, he's fighting for his people, and Esther fights for her people. A bit of biblical femininity. Daniel, he stood up with his friends for his beliefs and his values. Got thrown in the lion's den. God protected him. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego got thrown in the lion's den. It's like you got to stand up for what you believe in. You have to stand up for those that cannot defend themselves. It is a big thing. If you see, like we said earlier, if you see somebody on the subway or you see somebody, on the bus or just in public that is being harassed or harangued, go step in. Go, like, this is what I'm gonna say. Man up. That's like you man up and you get over there and be like, oh no, don't put yourself in a situation where you're gonna get killed. But at the same time, it's like, whether it's pulling your phone out and getting the person's face and be like, oh, are you gonna do this on camera? I'm streaming right now. Or call 911 and get over there and be like, hey, what's your name? I want to know because I can tell the cops, exactly who you are. That's
the preferred method. Just call us.
Yeah. Take the fun out of the conversation.
No, but I agree though. I wholeheartedly agree. There's too many people that sit complacent. Like again, they take the easy way out. They want to sit there and, they're afraid of the confrontation, so they don't go do it. And then somebody gets hurt. And that's never good.
Yeah. So. And I mean, this goes back to, I think, our first episode. Speaking the truth in love is not easy.
Yes.
But it needs to be done. And that is part of who we are. It's part of what we're supposed to be doing as Christians.
I love it.
You are defined by love if you're a biblically masculine man.
It's preach. I agree. I'm almost needing a new notebook. I'm almost done.
I actually finished one recently.
Yeah.
I started taking notes for
I love it.
Place.
All right. Next topic.
All right. Yeah, I think we need we've kind of like beat around the bush a little bit. I think we just need to dive into it.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about Paul now. You're like, wait, what? You're like,
no, but yeah.
What the hell? What is he doing? Okay, actually, I'm gonna read a verse. I remember why I have this in here. I'm gonna read a verse from 1 Samuel. There it is. So 1 Samuel 16:18. One of the young men answered, "Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite, who is skillful in playing skillful in playing." So this is Saul's looking for somebody to play the harp for him. Dude is skillful in playing, a man of valor and man of war, prudent in speech, and a man of good presence. Means he's handsome. Like that means that dudes were saying this guy's handsome. That tells you this guy's really handsome.
Oh yeah.
If a guy's admitting it, that says a lot. So man of good presence, and the Lord is with him. So man of war, man of action. Now we're gonna flip over to Paul, because Paul is my favorite apostle. Because I firmly believe that Paul is yoked. I will die on this hill. So we're going to 1 Corinthians 9, verses 24 through 27. I know that Paul is talking to the Corinthians who have games in their city, but he says something here that I'm like, Paul, I think you might be jacked.
Yeah. For sure.
Do you not know that in a race, all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain the prize. Every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. So we are fighting for that imperishable wreath. We're fighting for that crown in heaven that we're going to lay at Jesus' feet and say, I am not worthy of this. Here. So I do not run aimlessly. I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified. All right.
Ooh.
Disciplining your body. I've had 3 friends in the last year and a half, I'm bringing this up, that have all had massive weight loss journeys. Every single last one of them I didn't recognize one of them when I saw him recently. Like I honestly didn't. It took me like a triple take. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah, don't put him on blast, but that's pretty awesome.
Like, dude was amazing. I'm like, you look great. And then the other 2, I've seen pictures of them. They both, like, one guy, he's lost, well, I think 2 of them have lost over 100 pounds in the last year.
Oh, wow.
Like, and they're looking great. One of them started working out. Like, I wrote workout plans for one of them. The other one is like eating clean and posting stuff on Facebook. You know who you are if you're watching. But it was.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, no, like, they decided to take care of their bodies. As a man after God's own heart, as a biblical masculinity, should be defined by you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your family. You want to be around to be able to provide for your family. You're going to be providing for your family as well. And that's the thing. Like, if you're not providing for your family, if you can't provide, now there are circumstances where, your disabilities and such, that makes it impossible. And then that, I'm not talking about that. Yeah. We're not talking about the exceptions. We're talking about like the standard, the rule.
Yeah.
If you're not providing for your family when you can be, what are you doing?
No. Yeah.
You should be out there. You should be working a job, a second job if you need to be. Your wife should not need to work. I mean, it's not, like in our modern society, we honestly, it's like, it's a mess, and it's like, but like, guys, we should be the breadwinners. We should be bringing home the bacon.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be a ton of bacon. You really don't need a ton. You don't need as much as people think you need to live on. But it's like, as men, we need to be fit.
Yeah.
You need to be able to fill a job so that you can provide. So you can go, like, earn your part of the keep. And like, if your family needs to have, a spouse working, that's okay. But it's like,
if my wife is listening to this, I do want you to go back to teaching. No, but I see what do see what you're saying. And for the longest time, I was the main breadwinner. But then now we made a switch so that we could have more family time. So I guess it's like it's like you be the dad and the father and the husband you need to be. Sometimes you gotta make a change too. So, and
there needs to be balance. It's not so much that. So, and that's the thing is, like, I'm not saying that we need to have, like your spouse, your wife can't work. No, that's, if that's what you need to do, if that's what she wants to do, that's great. Like, good for her.
I thought we were going to have our first disagreement.
I mean, we can if you want. I mean, I can really dig in.
I do agree. I agree with you on the premise of the man should be the main breadwinner. I do agree with it. So it's hard for me to argue that, but there are situations where it is nice to have.
Yeah, and in some instances, you know, if your wife is a doctor or a lawyer and she's making tons of money, and you're not, like, that's okay.
Yeah,
like that, I'm not gonna, like, no shade on you, dude.
So what do you think about stay-at-home dads? In that situation, like what you just said, let's say the wife makes $150K a year, and the husband stays home and does everything around the house.
I think you need to get out of the house at some point, and it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, you know, like you have a full-time job, even a part-time job. Like, you need to be like serving the church. Like, if you're a stay-at-home dad, that means you probably can, like, be doing more like volunteering.
100%.
So, and I'm not saying, and like, I feel like for men, we have this innate drive and this desire, a lot more than women do, to want to provide like financial security and to provide security for our family. Part of that, if you're a stay-at-home dad, you should be going to the range. Yeah. You should be getting good at some sort of martial art, whether it's Krav Maga or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You should be getting good at something. You know, and this is all men should be. You should have something in your back pocket. Whether it's, you know, you should have something that you can defend your family with.
I agree. And I feel like you were getting to it as well as like a sense of purpose. Like, just because you are staying home or whatever, you do need to have something that you do that you succeed at, just for your own self-worth reasons. Like Isaac's saying, like, yeah, do a martial art, you know, do so much for your church. I mean, to have a guy, you know, like, does your church need work done to it? You know, is there something you could be going to do to assist your community? And yeah, I agree with you on that.
If you can do a side hustle like a handyman or something, that's really cool. Yeah. Like, go for it. Like, you know, I've got like weird skills that I will probably use in the future that, you know, just
work on airplanes.
Yeah. That'd be a weird side hustle.
I can work. I'm the cheapest airplane guy in my
area. I'll do it for $30.
You know how like people say I have a guy?
Yeah.
I have an airplane guy.
You do.
Yeah. That's pretty
Actually,
cool.
you have two, because my brother's also an airplane guy. Together you have somebody. Yeah.
Well, if we ever get a pay raise at the city, I will buy a plane.
There you go.
No, I'm kidding. I won't.
I'll learn how to fly it. So y'all need to be getting in the gym. I'm just gonna say it. And you don't even need to be getting in the gym. You can do everything. Like, a lot of my workouts are bodyweight workouts.
Yeah.
If you have a pull-up bar, that's really all you need.
Yeah.
You can
I'm gonna be honest, that's something I've been struggling with ever since the academy, is staying consistent with working out. So, you know me, I'm always an open book with the things I'm struggling with. So I would say, out of the things I do poorly as a masculine biblical man, it is I don't work out nearly enough. So, but that being said, my daughter finally gets to go to the after school program. So the plan next year, I get to go to the gym every day after that. Right now, I'm just running and it's miserable. But
I'm buying you a pull-up bar for your birthday.
I appreciate it. That is coming up. So
I know. That's why I said it. Yeah.
But
it's gonna happen.
So I know we're approaching an hour. So is there anything we definitely have to hit on?
Dude, there's so much.
Every time we do this, we could do like 3 or 4
I know
episodes on the same thing, but
we probably should.
Yeah. Come back again in the future, but
yeah, no, they definitely have to come back to this topic. I don't want to hit on let's see, dude. So biblical masculinity is meek, it's strength under control. Like, you're gentle to those that you need to be gentle against. Your kids and your wife should not be afraid of you. The only people, I've this written down, the only people that should be afraid of you are the boys that are interested in your daughters and the person that tries to break in your house or threatens your family.
Yeah.
Or, you know, is on the other end of your fist or gun or sword or knife or whatever. That is trying to hurt those in love. Yeah, don't break in. I used to sleep. I don't do it now, but I used to sleep with a machete next to my pillow just in case.
That's great.
I was gonna go like Rambo on somebody.
Yeah. I'm kind of the type of guy that like speaks softly and carries a big stick. Like I have a gun, but I don't want to have to use it. So please don't come.
You just go, have it done. Just train on you. See that little red dot on your chest? Yeah. Stop moving.
I've already thought about like how I'm gonna like grab my radio and say, hey, send EMS for this person. Like they're in the house.
Send EMS. This person's gonna need it.
Yeah.
If they're smart, they won't, but they'll need a ride.
Yeah, it's not for me.
You can take care of your house. You're promoting love. Okay, so this is something. Biblical masculinity is so opposite of toxic masculinity because you respect women, you love women.
Yeah.
You love the ladies, but not in like a weird way. Like you love and respect your wife. You uplift her, you support her, you promote, women in the church. You're seeking the best. And on marriage, I got
well, piggybacking off of that while you find that, that is a great point because like, yes, you see me in my daily life, you think, wow, that guy's like intense, or he's,
that guy's
in
crazy.
a uniform and this and that. But I have little girls in my house, and my goal as a father is to show them what they should look for in a man. And that is very, very important as a father, as a husband, is you show them how a man should treat their wife and how they should treat them. You get down to their level, you show them compassion, you show them love and respect. And that is immensely important. You don't always have to be a hard ass.
Yeah.
Well, I swore. Whoa, my bad. But you don't have to be a hard butt, You don't
have to be a hard patootie.
Yeah.
Bro, you're a cop. I feel like if you don't swear,
I really actually, brother, I'm gonna be honest, I don't swear anymore.
Good.
Ever since, so that was a sin that I'd said, that was something I definitely did that wasn't good in HVAC. When I did in the trades, I would say I swore a lot on the roofs, and I was just not living a very good life like that. Yeah. But then ever since I changed the job, and a wise man once said, we are all, just assume you are always on camera. And so you should live your life like you're always on camera. So I stopped cussing probably like 2 years ago.
Good for you, dude.
I mean, saying the A word, I mean, that's low on the level, but I haven't said any real bad ones in 2 years. So
I'm proud of you. You're making progress.
It was definitely a thing I did wrong.
I'm just gonna blitzkrieg through some verses I've got written down.
Yeah, roll.
And they're all gonna be so 1 Peter 1:13. Therefore, preparing your minds for action and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance, but as he who called you is holy, ye also be holy in your conduct, since it is written, ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Hebrews 12. Therefore, lift up your drooping hands and strengthen your weak knees and make straight paths for your feet, so that what is lame may not be put out of joint, but rather be healed.
Did we read 1 Chronicles 16:13?
I don't think so.
Watch, stand fast in the faith, be brave, and be strong.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 Timothy 5:8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially the members of his household, he is denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. This is what I'm talking about. You're providing.
And providing can be a lot of things. It can be what I was just saying, like showing love, providing a healthy household for your children to be raised in. Like, it doesn't just mean providing monetarily. I feel like it's also providing spiritually and in relationships.
Because Colossians 3:23, and whatever you do, work heartily as to the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you receive your inheritance as your reward.
What a mic drop moment. That was perfect.
And then Ephesians 5:25. Biblical masculinity has to wrap up in one of the most important relationships in your life. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Now, I'm going to read 2 John Eldridge quotes. This is going to be a long podcast. I'm sorry. Because
I'm sure they're all right with it.
Dude, this is important. I wasn't not read that one. So emasculation happens in marriage as well. Women are often attracted to the wilder side of a man, but once having caught him, they settle down to the task of domesticating him. Ironically, if he gives in, he'll resent her for it, and she in turn will wonder where the passion has gone. Guys,
yeah, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been tamed as a person. I'm an intense personality, and my wife puts up with me, but I think that's the passion, you know?
Yeah. And then another quote by Camille Paglia: "A woman simply is, but a man must become. Masculinity is risky and elusive. It is achieved by a revolt from women, and it is confirmed only by other men. Manhood coerced into sensitivity is no manhood at all." Right?
Love it. I think that's good. I love it.
Dude, yeah. And I would be dismayed if I did not quote Socrates about working out. "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable."
Oof. I love it. We're capable of a lot.
We are.
I thought I was going to die in the academy when I ran the 5K, and I didn't. So, yeah, you can push yourself pretty hard.
Yeah. So, I'll go for it. What you got?
No, you're good. I was just going to say, do you want me to pray us out?
I have so much more.
Yeah. Well, let's run back sometime. We're only in episode 5.
That's true. But so the big thing is you're going to honor and respect your wife. You're going to take care of your own. Just to kind of summarize, like, you're Bible-centered and oriented. You're seeking to love others, not fix them. You're not always coming up with a problem. You're not always coming up with solutions. Your wife wants you to listen. She doesn't want your solutions. If you need, you can go, is this a solution, or is this you just want me to listen? Ask her. She'll tell you. Or she'll get upset that you asked, and then that's a whole, but
active listening is important for all ladies in your life. Actively listen.
Don't become obsessive about getting in the gym. Like, it's okay to look good, but like, don't let anything come before your faith and your family. It should be faith. Like, you and your faith come first, but that's like, like, you wake up, you spend time in the Bible, you spend time praying, then your family's next, and then your job. Your job should not be up here. Your ministry should not be up here. Your ministry is after your faith and after you and your family.
Yes.
What is going on here?
No, I agree though. 100%.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that let that consume them. Yeah.
And you gotta love your kids. You gotta direct them well. Josh is doing a great job with that. Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah, so, we started. I didn't even tell you. We started reading The Hobbit.
I'm so proud of you.
I know.
I'm so proud of you.
It was pretty cool, and they were enthralled.
You're like one of my favorite people.
I said Gandalf, like because he's in like the first 6 pages. As Gandalf shows up for Bilbo, and they're like, Gandalf's in this. I was like, he's basically the main character other than Bilbo.
So, I'm going to finish off with this. If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is honorable. No wind is favorable. Sorry, not honorable. As a man, have a goal. Yeah, you got to have a goal. You have to have something you're working towards. Like, even if you're a stay-at-home dad, you have to have something you're working towards. Yeah. This is why I think a lot of men, when they retire, that they'll die quickly. And it's been documented. Guys that don't have a purpose, don't have something to look forward to, something to live for, something to work towards, they die very quick.
100%.
And it's a massive problem.
Yeah, they fail. Now, if you set a goal at the end, like, I'm going to retire and spend time with my wife, and we're going to travel, and I want to do this within 5 years, and you set mini goals. Like, I'm a big believer in the mini goal method, like small, not always achievable, but like, you're still taking risks, but like, I'm going to do this next year. Like, that's my goal. I want to do this within 5 years. Those mini goals will help you feel like you're really accomplishing things throughout your life.
Yeah.
Like for me this year, like I want to get through the Bible entirely. Like it's an achievable goal, but it's also hard because you have to stay dedicated to doing it every day. So
4 chapters
it's
a day.
hard and achievable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really what it's about. And that's the thing is like you're gonna have to like actually tying into that, I have a quote about that too. You can only fight the way you practice. Miyamoto Musashi. If you're not, so this both works in training and in reading the Bible. If you're not getting in the Word, your life is not going to be of the Word. And from Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. If you're going through a tough time, keep going.
Yeah,
because you know what?
A country song with that too.
I don't doubt it.
If you're scared, keep on moving, don't slow.
Oh, that is a good song. I love this.
You know that one I'm talking about?
Keep on moving. I remember those the words. That's what I'm talking about.
Somebody who made it this far in the podcast is like, I do like that song.
That's a good song. It's like, oh, I forgot about that song. Oh, I'm gonna go listen to that. All right.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing. I mean, I do want to say like we live in this world where like earlier you made that John Eldridge quote where it's like we're easily dismissed. Like men are dismissed. Like our feelings are dismissed. We're not taken seriously if we show emotions. We're not taken seriously in society because, frankly, we're just told we don't matter as much anymore. If you listen to social media and you listen to mainstream media, you're going to think that we're like second-class citizens just because we live the way that we live. But it's important to just remember that this is all temporary. Though the end goal is to make it to the kingdom, and the best way to do that is to stay true to yourself and live the life that the Lord wants you to live.
And get help if you need it.
Get help, yeah.
Like in all seriousness, like reach out.
Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, reach out through email. Like if y'all want, I will put my phone number on this YouTube channel so you can call me if you need to. Like,
I am disappointed. We need people to pray for. We need, if you're out there and you're listening, like that's important to us as a group.
We love you guys.
So, yeah, 100%. If you're listening to us and you're here with us through this journey, to get to know God better, and to be with Jesus, then we want to pray for you. You matter to us. So,
yeah. And like, you just be present. That's part of, getting better and feeling better is like, if you feel distant, it's because probably you've removed yourself. Go experience life, get out there and really go find that joy of God, and where you can serve and you can glorify him the most.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. I think we should probably call it because
sounds good.
I mean, I got one more long quote that I love. It's from a book. Yeah. Actually, I got 2 more quotes that are really good. Are you okay if I do 2 more quotes?
I don't care.
All right. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. That's from Seneca.
That's dope.
If you can't
from Seneca?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can't tell I've been delving into a little bit of stoicism here and there.
What is your thoughts on the stoicism before let's go a little offshoot here? Because it's not inherently biblical, but a lot of those guys had spirituality,
If you can take a lot of it and apply it to your life. It's solid stuff. I have very few problems with it. I haven't done a ton of reading yet into it. So I'm sure someone's going to comment and be like, actually, stoicism and Christianity are diametrically opposed. Not really. You can,
because I've read stuff about that and I'm like, but I like you're saying, I think anything that's not the Bible, like you should take, take
it with a grain of salt.
Safe with it. Yeah. Like it's not gospel, literally.
Yeah. This first,
Yes.
And then everything else.
Yes.
And that's the thing is, if you're using, so you can use Stoic philosophy to help you improve as a person, but you need to filter it, look at it through the lens of the Bible.
Mm.
So, they're going to say the gods or the universe. Just substitute God, be like, well, God. And like, I've been journaling. I've been going through the Ryan Holiday's daily Stoic journal, and it's got questions in it. I'm like, oh yeah, so you answer it, and mine are from a biblical standpoint, I'm answering these questions.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is really helpful because it actually kind of, you're asking questions that you normally wouldn't, you wouldn't normally ask yourself, or you're reading something that's like, oh, it's actually a good, useful, and it's not bad to use the philosophy of the world. I mean, there's a whole section in the Proverbs that is from the world, Egyptian and otherwise. So it's kind of a mixed bag of whether it's, it's not, there's nothing bad.
Yeah.
About,
because I actually have, I have the Ryan Holiday thing, his book, the Daily Stoic, and then I also have Meditations and the other book.
I've got a copy of Meditations over there.
Yeah, so I have older copies of them, so I go through them too. So I'm right there with you. It sounds like we both like it, but it's
but if it's like drawing you away from the gospel and the truth, then drop it and walk. And like that's the thing, is like it may not be for everybody.
Yeah.
But if something's drawing you away from Christ, or pulling you in a weird direction, drop it. I'm not telling you should go become a Stoic Christian or anything like that. I think that Stoicism has good application to the Christian life and can be useful and kind of helping you recenter and really. I think one aspect of Stoicism that I don't love is its reliance on the self, whereas Christianity is reliance on God. And that's where we kind of where is your strength coming from? And I think that, and even Marcus Aurelius knew Christianity was a thing.
Yes.
Wasn't a Christian, sadly, but so it's kind of it's a weird bit. I like it, but it's tread carefully. It's not a religion, so I don't think they have to be.
Yeah, they don't have to be opposed to each other, and I agree. You get what you put in. Like I said earlier, I quoted David Goggins. He's not exactly that's not biblical, but you can read it and be like, you know what, I'll go for a run today.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if something gets you out the door and gets you working out, great.
Yeah, go for it.
If it's if Rocky Balboa, that soundtrack gets you going, listen to it. Great soundtrack. I love that soundtrack. I'll run to that soundtrack any day of the week. But yeah, so I got one more quote from my favorite book, probably ever. One of my favorite books, like top 10. Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered upon the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes. You must look into that storm and shout as you did in Rome. Do your worst, for I will do mine. You're ready to fight for yourself. What?
What was that from?
That's the Count of Monte Cristo. I love that book. It's one of my favorite books. It's so good. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I mean, yeah, like a lot of these topics, I mean, maybe the next one we'll do will be a super hot button topic. Maybe we'll pick something off of it. Maybe what do you think? Go off of what's going on in the world today.
We could. Fun. I mean, we could just dive right into. Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah,
we'll save that for the 10th episode. No, but that was
100
great.
plus ideas. So
yeah, like every other topic though, there's no clear. There's always going to be more to say.
Yeah.
So
there's always more to say, and we'll probably come back to this specific topic. And
so
being a man of God. And if you have any questions, comments, start a conversation in the comments. Like, we'll be down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, be like Paul. Go work out.
Yeah, go work out. I do think Paul was yoked.
Dude, I'm convinced that Paul was yoked based on what he says. I'm like, bro, had to be yoked.
Oh, for sure.
Some of the stuff he says, I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know way too much about that athletics.
I love it.
All right.
All right. You ready?
Yep. Let's do this thing.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for another successful podcast in your name. And we just want to glorify you, God. I just want to thank you for this day. Thank you for this walk that I'm on with my brother here in Christ. God, I just want you to watch over our family and our friends and everyone out there listening or who needs to hear this. I pray that you bring them peace and bring them towards the word of God. Lord, I just want to thank you for the blood of Christ. And God, I just want to glorify you in your name. Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Men of His Heart. Yeah. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Hopefully it's not as long. I started seminary, so it's been a wild ride in that regard. But, plugging away. God bless.
God bless.
Comment, like, subscribe, and all the things.
Yeah, all those things.
Comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Yeah, great time.
Honestly, the biggest thing, share with your friends.
Yeah, share it with your friends. Share it with somebody you think needs to hear it. Or, share it with some, super crazy radical feminist that you just want to.
That would be really fun.
Make her really happy.
The engagement would be great.
The engagement would be wonderful. We do not want an echo chamber.
No,
we want challenge. If you got something challenge, bring it. Go, and for the men, go be men after God's own heart. For the women, if you're married, make sure your man is up to snuff. If he's not up to snuff, figure out, help him to find men that'll help him, find mentorship.
Build them up.
And for the ladies that are not married yet, guess what? We just gave you a little bit of a guide on how to find a man. Mm-hmm. Look for a guy that looks like Jesus, looks like Paul. Mm-hmm. That's about it. All right. Ta-ta for now.